Hello guys. I hope that you all are fine, and same as with me. I am also very much fine with blessings of you all. So now in previous video we have done some questions of CBSE sample paper class 12 sample paper taken out by CBSE for year 23, 22, 24. So now we have another stock of questions in this video. So we will try to do more number of questions in this video, and obviously after this series or within this series of time only, I'm coming with videos of topics also of class 11th and 12th. I'm hoping to I'm just confused that start from which chapter. So I will welcome your suggestions. Whether you should tell me that we should go with the solution chapter of class 12th or some topic of class 11th like thermodynamics or equilibrium, or say whatever you say. So whatever the topic you feel it is important, you can comment, or you can tell me in comments in like suggestions that what topic should I start firstly initially. So obviously we will go with the every topic of 11th and 12th. It is my target before this session, but still what topic you are feeling is more important, and what is more complicated for you, what is giving you more trouble, you should give me a suggestion in comment. It is heartily welcome. So now we'll start with the question. Question is, what is IUPAC name of ketone A which undergoes iodoform reaction? What is IUPAC name of ketone A which undergoes iodoform reaction to give CH3CH double bond C, CH3CONA and yellow precipitate of CHI3? It is precipitate. So now first of all we should know that this is the question of iodoform reaction. And what is the iodoform reaction? Iodoform reaction is given by some of the ketones, and especially the ketones having functional group C. Note this is about iodoform reaction. Iodoform reaction is given by the compound having C double bond O CH3 group in that. Okay, so this is the special case of the ketones that is giving us iodoform reaction. So now first of all, how iodoform reaction goes, if we know that we can easily answer this question. It is actually very easy question. So the first of all I will tell you an example of how iodoform reaction goes. Take simplest ketone, that is propanol, CH3COCH3. If that is undergoing iodoform reaction, so it will give us what? CH3COONA plus CHI3. Now you don't have to remember the reaction for every case. Obviously these are numerous ketones that can give iodoform reaction, so we are not going to memorize the every reaction. So what we have to do is just understand the pattern, what is going in that. First of all, you should know that one compound that is obviously formed and that is importantly mentioned in the iodoform reaction is iodoform itself. Iodoform is an important product in this reaction, and it is having yellow precipitate. If this compound comes, it means there is a ketone. So it is also used for distinguish test. So now one compound we have to make is CHI3. So whatever compound you have been given, you have to take out one carbon atom and form a iodoform. Rest number of the carbon atoms, for example in this compound we have total 3 number of carbons. So one carbon I have used in forming iodoform, other 2 are left, so that 2 will form sodium salt. Okay, that will form sodium salt. Now come on this question. This was just an example. So see what will the question, I have to condense these 2 molecules, right? So now CH3CH double bond C CH3 COONA plus CHI3. It means that ketone is here present and this carbon is combined. So what will the molecule be formed? CH3CH double bond C CH3 C double bond CH3. So now what is the IUPAC name? Obviously we will do a means we will understand the concept of IPC name also in here. First of all, we have to start counting from where? We have to start counting from the most preferable functional group. Here we have double bond also and ketone also. Obviously ketone will get higher number of preference, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So first of how many number of chains are there? How many carbons are there in a chain? 5. So it will be pent, right? And 3 methyl. Now double bond means number of what is the position of unsaturation in the compound, and also what is the position of functional group we have to mention in suffix. So it will form pent 3-ene 2-one. So this is the answer. First option is the answer. I hope it is clear. So first of all, I have explained that which type of compounds, so iodoform reaction, and now if any this is just a mere example, random example, that if propanol shows iodoform reaction, it will form a sodium salt of acid, and our iodoform product is a fixed product. So after combining this, we get the product. Okay. So now next question. So in this question we have radioactive decay follows first order kinetics. Obviously we know that radioactive decay reactions follows first order kinetics. So the initial amount of two radioactive elements X and Y is 1 gram each. What will be ratio of X and Y after 2 days? Means time after which we have to calculate the amount, that is given is 2 days, and half-life of X and Y are given. So now if we know that X is 1 gram initially, so it will form after half-life. Means what is half-life? First of all, you have to understand that what is half-life. Half-life is the time after that amount of that substance becomes half of initial concentration. For example, if a substance P is there which is 4 gram initially, so if after half-life of, means if it's T half-life is suppose 2 hours, okay fine, means it is given that its half-life time is 2 hours and its initial concentration is 4 gram. So after 2 hours, that is going to become half of 4 hours. 4 gram means after 2 hours it will become half of 4 gram, that is 2 gram. Again after 2 hours, that is its half-life, after 2 hours it will again become half of that, means it will be becoming now half of 2, that is 1. So now again see, if X initial amount is 1 gram, so after half-life time, means its half-life time is 12 hours. So half-life time, after half-life time, its amount will be 1 by 2 gram. Okay, now again after half-life time, means 12 hours, it will become half of half, that is 1 by 4 gram. Again after 12 hours, it will become 1 by 4, half of 1 by 4, that is 1 by 8 gram, and again after 12 hours, it will become 1 by 8 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 16 gram. So how many times we have to calculate amount after half-life? We have to see, it is given that we have to calculate concentration ratio after 2 days. 2 days, what do we mean by 2 days? It is 48 hours. So if X after 12 hours is becoming half of its initial concentration, means half of 1 gram, it 1 by 2 gram. Again after half-life, means 12 hours, it will become half of half, 1 by 4 and so on. So now after 48 hours, means after 48 hours, X has become 1 by 16 gram. Now for Y is also 1 gram, but its half-life is 16 hours. So after 16 hours, it will become 1 by 2 gram, and again after 16 hours, it will become 1 by 4 gram, and again after 16 hours, it will become 1 by 8 gram. Now we have to again calculate it for 48 hours only. So we will take it 48 hours after Y after 48 hours has left 1 by 8 gram. So I have to calculate ratio, right? So it will become x upon y, means concentration of x upon concentration of y will be equals to 1 by 16 into 8 by 1 is equals to 1:2. I hope you have understood. So it was question about half-life. Fine. So next question will be again. So now in this question, actually this is that question was having two parts. First part was that which we have done about half-life. Now this is related to unit of rate constant. See, they are saying that a reaction is there, P plus Q giving R, and that is half order with respect to P and zero order with respect to Q. So we have to calculate unit of rate constant for this reaction. So first of all, we have to calculate overall order of the reaction. And to calculate overall order, just write down rate law for the sake of convenience only. Rate is equals to rate constant, concentration of P, concentration of Q. P is half order, Q is having zero order. Sorry. So P is having half order and Q is having zero order. So overall order will be 1 by 2 plus 0, that is 1 by 2. Now, if I have to write a general equation for this reaction, rate will be equals to K concentration to the power 1 by 2, because overall order of the reaction is 1 by 2 only. So now what is the unit of rate? Mole liter inverse second inverse, right? K, unit of K I have to calculate only. Concentration is mole liter inverse power 1 by 2. Now if I have to calculate units of K, it will be mole liter inverse second inverse divided by mole liter inverse power 1 by 2, that is mole liter inverse second inverse divided by mole power 1 by 2 liter minus 1 by 2, that will be mole 1 minus 1 by 2 liter minus 1 plus 1 by 2, and second inverse will be same. So finally it will come out to be, it will come out mole 1 by 2 liter minus 1 by 2 second inverse. So that is the final answer. So whatever is the order of reaction, whatever the order of reaction is given to you, you have to, if you have to calculate your unit of rate constant, so you can calculate from here. Understood? So this was the question. Okay, fine. I have to give you a shortcut also for this question. A general formula is there for calculation of units of rate constant. A general formula is there. Mole 1 minus n liter n minus 1 second minus 1. Whatever n will be order of reaction. Whatever order of reaction, for order of reaction you have to calculate the unit. You will just simply put the value of n. Here we will put for this question mole 1 minus 1 by 2, n is equals to 1 by 2 only, L 1 by 2 minus 1 second inverse, so that will be the answer, right? So now in this question we have, it is written a 5% solution of Na2SO4 dot 10H2O. Molecular weight is equals to 322, is isotonic with 2% solution of non-electrolytic non-volatile substance X. Find molecular weight of X. Okay, so see, first of all, what is the meaning of isotonic? Isotonic means having two solutions having same osmotic pressure. Means one thing we are clear with is pi, or say P, means pi here is osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure of Na2SO4 dot 10H2O is equals to osmotic pressure of this X. It is clear, right? So but what is the formula? What is the formula for osmotic pressure? That is ICRT. Okay, and because R is also same, temperature it is not different given, so we will consider it same only. And next is C2RT. Here concentration I have taken 1, 2. Now what is I? So and for Na2SO4, how many number of ions it will break? 2 Na plus SO4 2 negative. This will be the ionization of salt Na2SO4. So how many ions are there? 2 here, 1 here. I is equals to 3. So I will put 3. Now concentration. What is concentration? Number of moles upon volume into 1000 if it is in milliliter. So now it is given that 5 gram, 5%. What do we mean by 5%? It is 5 gram in 100 ml of solution. Okay, so it will become 3 into 5 by 100 into, so wait, it is given 5 gram in 100 ml, right? So 5 gram is given mass. What will be the molar mass? That is given 322, and volume I am taking 100 and 1000. These are already cancelled. C2 will be what? C2 will be 2 upon molar weight, I don't know, into 100. Understood? So all are these cancelled. Now if you solve it, it will come out to be 2 upon 5 into 3 into 322. That will come out to be 49 point something. Okay, so that will become fine. So this was the question from osmotic pressure. Okay, now next question is, okay, in this question correct up the calculation also. It is not 49, it is 43 point something. Okay, just correct the calculation part. So now in this question, it is given arrange isomeric dichlorobenzene increasing order of boiling point and melting point. First of all, what is the isomeric dichlorobenzene? It is, if Cl is here and ortho position, so it will become ortho dichlorobenzene. If it is like this at a meta position, it will become meta dichlorobenzene. And if it is at para position, it will become para dichlorobenzene. So now they are saying increasing order of boiling point and melting point. So melting point for para isomer is more than ortho and meta. Why it is so? It is because of symmetrical packing of lattice. Means see, this is a symmetrical compound, right? So these will be arranged in symmetrical fashion, and that will create a more stronger lattice, and so it will take up more energy to break this bond. So that's why it is melting point for para isomer is greater than that of ortho and meta. And for boiling point, ortho is having more, then meta, and then para. Actually these are approximately same only, but if according to theory you will say it is almost same, but if we go with the numerical values, ortho is having slightly more, then meta, and then para. Fine. And one more thing I want to add, that for melting point, if size of halogen is increasing, okay, then melting point and boiling point will also increase. Melting point and boiling point will also increase if aryl group is same. Means if I am saying that chlorobenzene or bromobenzene, which is having more melting point or boiling point, so bromine is more bigger in size, so that will having more melting point or boiling point. And if same is happening, like size of aryl group you are increasing, then also melting point and boiling point will increase if halogen is same. Means if chlorobenzene, and again if I am using like, now if I am increasing the number of carbon, so it will become more, it will be having more melting and boiling point. Understood? So in this type of question will, it is very least chance that it will come, so you have to focus on this part, and one thing you have to just memorize is this one. Okay, so this we have done. Next question, one more question I will tell you. This is easy, second part, for today it will be last. Actually, if I will be giving detailed explanation, so it will take some time. Don't worry, we will finish. Fine. So next question is, why the electrophilic substitution reaction, means one is I am having benzene and on other side I am having haloarenes, means on benzene there is halogens. So which will undergo electrophilic substitution reaction faster electrophilic substitution reaction, which will go. So they are saying that this is going faster electrophilic substitution reaction. Why it is so? Because this is having, halogen is putting minus I effect, that is electron withdrawing effect. So that's why it deactivates the ring. So electrophile will be less likely to attack the haloarene as compared to benzene. Other thing, that here 3 positions are equivalent to attack by electrophilic, but here only ortho and para position is available to attack by electrophile, and when that also ortho is facing steric effect, so that's why para has more chance. So due to less probabilities of position, we can say that due to less probability of positions, we can say that this is, haloarenes are less likely to undergo electrophilic substitution reaction than benzene. So for today it is, I think it's enough. And guys, I just want that this video should reach its worthy audience. Worthy means who are in 12th class. So just forward it to those any known people, those who are in contact with you, and just means it will help them to solve the questions based on these concepts. And obviously gradually they will be more interested in, if they are understanding the concepts, so they will be more interested in knowing the topics also. And one more thing I want to remind you is, you have to comment down in comment section that which topic you want to choose for start initially of 11th or 12th class. Okay, thank you so much and have a nice day.